stand in our way, and our golden age has just begun.
This is Human Events with Jack Posobiec.
Now it's time for everyone to understand what America First truly means. Welcome to the Second American Revolution.
All right, Jack Posobiec here. We are back live, Human Events Daily, Washington, D.C. Folks, right now, I want to tell you something. Huge call to action. Go to patriotmobile.com/Poso or call 972-PATRIOT because Patriot Mobile are great partners over there. They are putting your money back of values and back in the back of organizations that you actually support. Look, when it comes to Patriots, you know, we talk about our economy, we talk about economic warfare, we have the ability to support places that actually support our values or put our money behind people who hate our values. And we've all seen what the big corporate providers have been doing with the money that we give them. So pull out. Use your economic sovereignty and economic will and take economic action right now and switch your provider to Patriot Mobile. So I want all Patriots to go to patriotmobile.com/Poso or call 972-PATRIOT. Get a free month of service with promo code POSO. Helps us keep the lights on, really helps fight in the Patriot Project. And who do they support? Veterans, first responders. They support law enforcement. They support charities that go to freedom of speech and the Second Amendment as well, of course, as our freedom of religion. Wouldn't you want to support that? Well, guess what? Patriot Mobile is there to help out. patriotmobile.com/Poso, patriotmobile.com/Poso. Very excited now to bring on the Washington Bureau Chief of Breitbart News, joining us here in studio in Washington, D.C. It's Matt Boyle. What's up, Matt?
What's up, Jack? What a studio
you like the new
here.
digs,
This
right?
This is something,
the new
right?
digs here in D.C., right?
Big shot Jack Posobiec here.
Well, you know, we're able to do so because we're down here, and not to give away the location, we're not too far from Union Station, where the president has been doing so much to make D.C. safe again. And you know, look, you and I have been in town for a decade now. I've never seen D.C. as safe as it is right now.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I was gone for most of August
right.
In a undisclosed location down in Florida,
yeah.
But with my family and stuff down there at home. But I got back this weekend. I'll tell you, it feels like night and day from when I left a month ago, right? Like, and I've lived here off and on for the last 15 years, and I'll tell you, the DC's never felt safer than under president. And by the way, you know who admits it? The Democrat mayor of Washington D.C., Muriel Bowser, who just signed
she extended it, right?
Yeah, she not only extended, she ordered Washington law enforcement to cooperate with federal law enforcement indefinitely because she knows how popular this is with the people of Washington, D.C., who know it's safe now to walk down the street.
I just caught an anecdote last night, and we were at a reception with some of the Polish delegation that came in, and I was talking to a guy who was there. He said, "Hey, I came up on the metro." I said, "How was the metro?" Right? And he goes, I still don't ride the metro. And it's a little old habits die hard, right? And he goes, well, we pulled into the station and there was a fight broke out. Okay, well, fight on the metro, not, pretty common around here.
It's Tuesday around here.
It's a Tuesday, right? It was a Tuesday. And I said, what happened? He goes, I've never seen this before. He said the cops swarmed in within 10 seconds of this thing kicking off. It was Amtrak cops and it was DC Metro Police came in. And they broke it up. They arrested the guys. They got them out of there. And they were at the station when it happened. He said, in the blink of an eye, it felt like. He said, I said, do you get footage? I couldn't even get my phone out in time to film it. I said, I've never heard of that before. I've heard of fights on the metro, obviously, and all sorts of.
And nobody does anything about it. But that's the thing is that if you listen to,
they have the ability to respond.
If you listen, this is a tale as old as time. If you listen to the regular law enforcement officers anywhere in America, whether it's here, Chicago, New York City, wherever, the cops know what to do.
Of course.
You just need the political leadership to support them in stopping the crime, right? Like the fact is that we cannot, as a society, be in a place where we think that 3-year-olds getting shot by stray bullets flying through the window at dinner time is acceptable. That's not how this country is supposed to be. You should be able to be safe when you live in America, no matter where you are, whether you're in Washington, D.C., Chicago, New York City, somewhere on the Gulf Coast of Florida, or in the middle of nowhere in the Rocky Mountains. No matter where you are, you should be able to be safe in America. And frankly, the Democrats, with rare rare exception, as we mentioned, the mayor of Washington, D.C., I think she knows how popular this is because she's going out there and talking to real people and saying, oh my gosh, we should have done this a long time ago. But the fact is that, you've got JB Pritzker out there, the mayor of Chicago, Gavin Newsom, all these other losers on the Democrat side. They're literally siding with murderers, rapists, and criminals, right? Like, how is it acceptable to support carjacking? That's what they are doing, right? Like, they are literally siding with the carjackers and the murderers and the gang members. It's the stupidest politics I've ever seen, right? Like, the Democrats should be on the march right now going into the midterm elections. In a normal political environment, they would be set to sweep into a sweeping House majority and maybe even take the Senate. The fact of the matter is where we stand as of now, a little over a year from the midterm elections, it's a coin toss, and it shouldn't be for them, but it is because of how crazy and psychopathic the Democrats are. They have made stupid decisions repeatedly, and President Trump is walking them into the trap nonstop. You don't think people are going to remember JB Pritzker siding with the murderers and criminals when he decides to run for president, or Gavin Newsom doing the same thing?
Larry Krasner, not as high profile, but the DA of Philadelphia was on this huge MSNBC panel, and he's up there throwing that. The guy who's presided over Philadelphia, the literal Soros DA, was another one of them, and I keep an eye on it because I'm from Philly area, and he's up there saying, we don't need Trump, and Trump supporters are bad, J6, he just goes down like the laundry list of all the normal Democrat talking points, but never once talks about the fact that Philadelphia is a shooting gallery, and they have no answer for it.
You walk down the street in Kensington, right? Like,
Yep.
I mean, like, that's the thing, right? Like, go there, you'll see, like, people with needles on the side of the road and stuff, right? I mean, the drug addicts, it's out of control. It's not safe for children. That's the thing, is that the Democrats are stupid. Like, they're making many, many stupid mistakes. And if they want a future as a party, they got to get on the right side of this issue, and they're not there.
They first sided with the flag burners. Now they're siding with the criminals. And I'm waiting, by the way. So we saw this military strike yesterday, where the president, Marco Rubio, came out, Pete Hegseth came out and said the United States military, we don't have too many details. To me, it, just given my background, kind of looks like a drone strike. That, and the way they talk about it, precision strike, that's usually drone strike talk, that we're drone striking narco cartels, which, by the way, directly ties to the street crime that we're talking about here, because it's the drugs from south of the border that fuel all of the street crime. What do you think the gangs are fighting over? They're fighting over corners, they're fighting over drug sales. So if you stop the flow of drugs and use these methods, guess what? You can also stop the crime. And yet I'm waiting. I haven't seen any of them take the bait yet to actually come out in support of drug traffickers, but I'm sure that one of them will eventually will.
Well, in this particular instance, but when it comes to the cartels on the other side of the border in Mexico, they're all in for the cartels,
exactly,
right?
exactly,
So, I mean, they're on the side of the drug dealers, right? Like, so the Democrats continue to make this mistake over and over again. They are walking into the trap that Donald Trump laid for them. And frankly, I talked to President Trump about this when I was over in Scotland, because you know who is getting it? Liberal leaders around the world are, to varying degrees, altering their policies and understanding that Trump was right on immigration and trade. So you saw it. I mean, look, he's a liberal guy, but the Prime Minister of the UK, Keir Starmer, has, at least in some cases, gotten a little bit tougher than what you see from the left here in the United States on immigration. He's come out and said that he supports any migrants that come in need to be speaking English, going after crime and so on and so forth. Now, again, they're Labor Party, they're like the Democrats, so some of it's rhetorical here.
We'll see how much of it's rhetoric versus
but the point
action.
is that the fact that you don't see a single Democrat here in America saying we shouldn't accept migrants that don't speak English.
No, you have Chris Van Hollen running down to El Salvador to sit down with Kilmar Garcia, who's an MS-13 member.
Right, like literally siding with the gangs, right? Like siding with the gangs and the drug traffickers.
Before we go to break, I'm going to keep an eye on the clock. I have to ask you about this strike yesterday, though, because this is huge. To me, it's a tectonic shift from when I served in the military, where we were so focused on when counter narco was seen as a policing operation, and counterterrorism was Al-Shabaab and some guy in a hut thousands of miles away, that we would spend untold amounts of money and manpower and special forces on, and intelligence and satellites and imagery and all the rest. And you sit there and you think, does this guy really have the ability to reach out and strike the homeland? I don't think he does. And, but at the same time, you look at the actual threats to the homeland that are going on were at the time going across the border and across the Caribbean, now the Gulf of America, every single day, and we do nothing. We sit down and do nothing. So to me, it represents a tectonic shift in U.S. government resource allocation to say, you know what, let's actually look at the hemispheric defense and what can be done to directly support threats to the American people, because those drugs were coming here to target our kids, to target our families, to target our streets, and guess what? They ain't coming anymore.
Yeah, this is the heart of the America First argument here, is that the drugs, the fentanyl represents a national emergency. It's killed tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Americans. I talked to the Treasury Secretary about this, particularly about the tariffs case, because there are two tracks of the tariff argument being a national security. The fentanyl is the first one, because they're using that to stop China and Mexico and these other countries from bringing the fentanyl, and the other is that we're headed towards a financial crisis because of the trade imbalance with the world. But the point is that this is a national emergency. So isn't this a definition of using our military to protect ourselves, right?
What a
like
concept.
A peace through strength,
the U.S.
right?
military, but actually defending the U.S. homeland.
Correct.
Wow, I can't believe it, folks. This is amazing. It's America first now, not globalism first. We'll be right back. Human Events Daily in the palatial new Real America's Voice studios here in Washington, D.C.